Our first guest speaker, Aaron Craig. I first met Aaron and his wonderful wife Diana through an organization called Seven Angels, where we would meet monthly over Zoom. It was there that I learned about their daughter, Helena, affectionately known as Lynn. Like my own daughter, Helena was a micro preemie, and it blesses me every time I see her sweet picture. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Aaron Craig.
Hello, my name is Aaron. I'm 44, husband, father, and kind of a bit of a nerd, but I'm not the one we're here to talk about today. Today I'm here to tell everyone about my beautiful daughter, Helena. In 2019, after multiple miscarriages, my wonderful wife, Diana, just took a random pregnancy test she found while cleaning the house, and it returned a positive result. Immediately she called me at work on night shift and asked me to pick up more tests. And they all confirmed positive. We were pregnant. After a lifetime of wanting to be a father, it seemed my dreams were coming true. Later that month at the ER, after a scare at home, the doctor confirmed everything and our short, rocky, tragic journey began. From the beginning, there were complications all throughout our pregnancy. Cramping that would leave her in pain, lying in bed for hours praying for it to end. Bleeding that turned out to be from a subchorionic hemorrhage that came and went. Morning sickness that progressively seemed to get worse and worse until eventually there were no food she could hold down. Later we found out she had hyperemesis gravidarum, otherwise known as HG, and thanks to a medical pump, she regained her appetite and was able finally to eat again and not throw up. For a time, things started to look better for us, but then took a turn. Later in the pregnancy, at a 4D ultrasound we had set up with our OB-GYN, we had difficulties getting a good image due to low amniotic fluid. Helena also seemed a little on the smaller side. So the tech paused the images and went to talk to the doctor, who came back and talked with us and gave us some guidance to improve things. Not long after that ultrasound, the telltale symptoms began to appear. More cramping, protein in the urine, high blood pressure, and finally the headaches came. On the morning of September 8th in 2019, we tried checking Diana's blood pressure, but we couldn't get a consistent result. However, even though they weren't consistent, one thing's very apparent, none of them were good. So we leapt into the car. I left, Diana obviously just kind of walked and sat down. And off we were to the emergency room. From there, things escalated fairly quickly. They also seemed to move in slow motion at the same time. Alarms started ringing as soon as the machine finished her blood pressure, rechecking, more alarms, discussions between doctors and nurses on where to go based on Helena's gestation, ER or maternity, contacting the on-call OB-GYN, administering labetalol, checking blood pressure, more alarms, more labetalol. Eventually, we were moved upstairs to maternity, where it was determined that the issue was severe early preeclampsia at just 24 weeks and 6 days, and an emergency C-section would be required. At 8:56 p.m. that evening, Helena was born, just 1 pound even and 10.2 inches long. We were told that she probably wouldn't even cry, but even with how small she was, she did have lungs, and she used them. I got to hear my daughter cry. And I was finally adapted. Afterward, she was intubated and taken to the NICU, and we all know how things play out from there. Meetings with doctors, changes to treatments, nights on a couch made of concrete, helping with the breast pump and transporting milk to her room for feeding, watching her entire life inside a small plastic box. And of course, taking pictures on my phone to show everyone, including Diana, who was trapped in her room because of doctor's orders due to medications. Even today, my phone background is a picture of me touching her foot, no bigger than my fingertip, because it's the only picture I have when I was able to touch her when she was alive. On the 11th, just 3 days after her birth, we were hit with bad news. Things got worse and she was dying. We made plans to spend time with her, told her before passing, but she was going too fast. At 6:55 p.m., she passed away in her mother's arms, surrounded by people who loved her. 69 hours and 59 minutes. Her whole life was just 69 hours, 59 minutes. Then all the questions came crashing down on me. What happened? What went wrong? What did I miss? Could I have stopped this? Am I still a dad? Why her? Above all those was just one question, which was, what do I do now? My whole world stopped, but not everyone else's. My employer's life didn't stop, the mortgage company's life didn't stop, the electric company, the gas company, even the random people in their cars on the road back and forth through their evening commute home didn't feel the momentous change that shattered my whole world. The world was still turning, and the short life of one little girl just didn't seem to matter. Started some therapy afterward, and thankfully we found a great support group through our OB-GYN, which was a huge help. The month after we lost Helen, it was October, Pregnancy and Infancy Awareness Awareness Month. And we were invited to butterfly releases and remembrance walks. And finally I could see something I had trouble seeing before. And the short life of one little girl did matter. All the short lives of just one little girl or boy do matter. Helena gave me the greatest gift I could have asked for and let me be her dad. And even today, I am still her dad. And because of that, my world is still turning too. It keeps turning so that I can be here to remember her and tell her story. I'm also the father of a lovely, bombastic little 3-year-old girl named Rosalie, who looks so much like her older sister in her sonograms, and even when she was born, you could see the resemblances. Diana and I are also foster parents now, and we have been part of lives of many kids who have needed us at probably the hardest and worst points in their life so far. We still attend our support group even after 6 years, which is where we met Jamie. It's a huge help at times when things are hard, but mostly we still attend to try and help others who join and are going through the same traumas that we went through. It also helps me remember every day that the short life of one little girl mattered. Helena mattered. She still matters, and will always matter. All of your beautiful babies who can't be here today will always matter, and your world is still turning too.
Thank you so much, Erin.